Hi, I am Tina Warren, and this is a pick a card reading for the Gemini new moon. This happens on the 22nd of May, pretty much everywhere, I think. And as with all new moons, it's a reset, it's a time to plant new seeds. And the messages that will be given in this reading will take us up to the first full moon in June. This time and this new moon actually starts the opening of the eclipse energy. We actually have the first eclipse at the full moon in June, and we've got a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse that are happening then, but the energy actually starts to build up towards those with this full moon. These messages will last for 2 weeks, and so let's get started. There's card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4. Generally, when working with your intuition, go with the one that calls to you first. So go with whichever card is calling for you, and let's start this reading. So we'll start with card number 1, and the messages for you for this new moon. Ooh, busy. Collaboration brings sweetness into my life and into the world. And actually, if you've chosen card number 1, it could be that collaboration is something we do when we work with other people. So it could be that there are opportunities to do something on some level with that in your life, whether it's on a business level, whether it's working with family, whether it's working with friends, but actually working together with the same intention or same direction is something that's very supported for you this month. So if you're working on a cause, if you're working on sort of doing something for yourself, then it may be time to reach out and find like-minded people and work together with them. Certainly when energy comes together, it increases that energy, and it also adds momentum to things as well. This Gemini new moon will be activating our minds hugely, and also communication. So if this is something you've been considering, if you've been looking at sort of coming together to do something of use for yourself, for your family, or for the wider community, then there may be an opportunity that comes up this month that enables that to happen for you. So I like the cards with the bees because bees work as a community, bees work together, and they support each other in that way. So it could be a busy time. It certainly will be a busy time for ideas. I forgot the name. The Nature's Whispers card that has come out for you is this one, Be in Service. So actually, if this idea or this desire to do something is to help others in whatever way, that could be, it's not about doing everything for others or being a servant. It is about this could be sharing information, uplifting people, helping people, guiding people. So being in service covers many, many different areas. But actually, it feels as if there is a real strength with this month, if this is something that you're considering or wanting to do. So there is always opportunity to change, and your choices will have an impact as well this month. So tap into that intuition and tap into the things that are speaking to you, the things that are talking to you on an internal level, and move forward in that direction. If you're needing support or assistance to do that, then you are likely to find that quite easily this month, but communication is key. So you may need to speak out, you may need to ask. It may mean getting out of your comfort zone, but it will make all of the difference. Just trust in the process, trust in your intuition, and know that it gives you unique guidance for you. So the other card that's come out, which is the Trust Your Vibes, is Feed Your Spirit. So feed your spirit, nurture the spiritual aspect of who you are. The spiritual aspect of who we are is actually the bigger part of who we are, but the part that gets ignored the most. We're quite often, and especially with this moon, we will be very actively engaged in our mind. We are very aware of our bodies, but we don't always consult with our spirit. Your intuition is your direct line for this. So to feed your spirit, pay attention to the things that are coming up for you. Pay attention to those insights, those synchronicities, and actually acknowledge this aspect of yourself. And if you are working with your intuition or just paying attention to it, then actually you are feeding your spirit. Also meditation, self-care, and tapping into yourself. So coming within and reflecting and exploring yourself, all of these will feed your spirit as well, and this will all contribute to those clear messages coming through, that direction coming through. And if you are reaching out for to work with others or to work together with others, then you trust that intuition to know whether or not you're being guided to the right person. Let's choose a crystal. I can't actually see inside of this box. I know it looks different on the screen. But let's see where I'm pulled over this side and there. Whoops. Okay. It may have gone a little bit darker. Because my light's just gone out. But there you go. And actually, what's come out with this is Tiger's Eye, and this links into focus. It's about a very powerful stone for sort of helping you to focus, to complete things, to move forward. So it really does support all of that energy. So the Tiger's Eye will help you with this focus this month, whether this focus is on reaching out, on tapping into your intuition, on what your purpose is and how you can do that. It feels as if you've chosen this card, it's more likely that may start off initially with yourself, but then move into working with others. So slightly darker, but I'm going to carry on. Let's move on to card number 2. So there's the first one. Card number 2. Oh, right. Sorry about the reflection. Now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. So this card, if you've chosen this card, it may be that the things that are coming to mind and the things that have come up recently as well are encouraging you to look at everything that you've achieved, everything that you've learned, everything that you're feeling. This could be ideas, awareness, or understanding of situations, of the whole situation that has sort of affected the world, and insights. Also, you may have been working with your intuition already with this card, and it may be that you're feeling it's time to make a choice or a change that is much more supportive to you and feeling more true to you. So there could be things that you're contemplating doing. It could be that you've been writing poems for a long time, and that's led to lots of insights, and so you use that information and you sort of move things forward based on the choices that you have, that you've made. So it is about acknowledging everything you've learned, and this may be for some of you a time to start walking your talk. It's very easy for people to say things, I know. It's very easy to say things. It's very easy to understand and learn things. but actually living those things, walking your talk, maybe something that moves things forward for you, brings things into balance. There could be a feeling of wanting to get things moving, but not having the clarity around this immediately. The clarity will come once you start taking action. It's almost as if that action will start to unravel any confusion. It will help lead you forward, and that action will be in whatever way is right for you. So let's see what we're going to get from these Nature's Whispers cards. And see what jumps out. These are beautiful cards. Right, we have Love Matters. Okay, now this isn't just emotional love or anything else. Love is the fundamental energy of the universe. Love is the thing that can sort of change everything. And when we feel love in our lives, when we feel nurtured, then it can change the whole way we're looking at things. It may be time that you start to love and appreciate who you are. You may not see things from everyone else's perspective. You may understand the world in your own way, but we all do. So love and appreciate that. Also your self-worth and your value as well. So it may be time that you sort of step into the things that you've been working on, things that you've been learning, things that you've been understanding, and actually start shining that and sharing that in a way that is right for you. So, but this is not romantic love. This is definitely loving yourself, valuing yourself, and sharing that love in a way that lifts you and can lift others. Really beautiful energy that's coming in with that. So let's see what our vibes have got to say with this. And there's two. So with these, so there's a theme. What do you love? Okay, you may be needing to ask and actually call on your joy guides. So what do you love? There are all of us will have things that we love, things that we're passionate about. They could be causes, they could be things that we create, they could be things that we would love to do, but we might not necessarily do that. So it's about owning these for yourself, speaking out in a way that is right for you, trusting that actually everything will be okay, and just leaning forward into this feeling. There is likely to be some changes for you, but as I say, this all starts with action. So first you need the action. That will bring the clarity, which will lead to the next steps. The joy guides are all about the things that make you feel good, the things that make you feel fun. So quite often as children, we spend a lot of time playing, and as adults, we move away from that. We become more serious and we think it's a waste of time. It isn't a waste of time at all to feel good, because that allows inspiration to flow. It allows you to feel your intuition much more easily, and it allows you to trust and move things forward. So let's go with the crystal, and we've got amethyst. So amethyst works with the third eye, and it can work with the crown chakra. It is a crystal of spiritual clarity, so it can help clear that mind and direct your energy in the right way for you. Beautiful, beautiful stone, very powerful stone, and a very strong stone for that spiritual connection. So let's pop these away and see what we're going to get for card number 3. So card number 3, Ooh. Now, this might be an interesting time for some people, but new moons bring opportunities for changes. I shed habits that hinder my truth. I release and renew. Now, that is perfect energy for the new moon. And snakes, as they grow, they shed their skin. So it may be an opportunity for you to look around this month at the things that you know are no longer working for you, the things that you know are not supporting you. You may well have realised over the past week or so where habits are causing you a problem, and where habits don't work to support you in the same way that they used to do either. So there is an opportunity here to release and renew, and you can use the energy of the new moon to set new intentions. You can release these habits just before the new moon, and you can do a simple ritual of writing down the things you want to release, and sort of you can write them down on a piece of paper, and you can set fire to them before the moon comes new. And then sort of in the next 48 to 72 hours after the new moon is the perfect time to set these new intentions. But there is change around you this month if this is the card that you've chosen. It could be that you've understood things differently, your perception has changed with regard to a situation, a person, or a direction forward. So the changes that have already taken place will mean that there is more change initiated this month. However, this is a much more informed change, and one that will come for you. We always have a choice, and there is an opportunity for all of us at the moment to grow in awareness, to grow in understanding of who we are, and to move forward in that direction. The clearing energy is very strong with this, obviously. It could be that you are looking at changing your environment. Some of you may feel like changing your environment as in moving away from it, and certainly more considerate about where your time and energy is being spent, because your worth and value will be coming up to the surface as well over the next few weeks. And you will be noticing what lifts you and what increases that feeling of self-worth, and what is draining you. These may be the places that you need to make these changes. So let's see what we're going to get from Nature's Whispers. I don't think there are any snakes in this deck, but there's lots of imagery, so it's quite possible. But doesn't mean you're a snake. It just means you're going through a phase of growth, and the changes that you are making is something that's supporting that growth. There we go. Right. We have the big picture. Okay. So the big picture. Sometimes we will have situations, circumstances, and things going on in our life that feel a little bit confusing or overwhelming. One way to sort of see that from a different perspective is to look at the bigger picture. Sometimes the solutions come when we take our focus off the problem, and the solutions are with you this month. And actually, it could be a time to consider your direction more long term, what things you are aiming at longer term. Is this a different way you want to feel? Is this a different way you want to experience things? Is it a different way of working? Is it something completely new? So the opportunity is around you, and you will be supported to do this month. So there are changes all around for you, but there are also opportunities to support you with this. Let's see what we're going to get for the Trust Your Vibes. And we've got this one, pray. Okay? Prayer. Prayer is something that we link a lot in with religion, but actually a prayer is something, if you're setting intentions for the new moon, this is a form of prayer. It's a form of sort of declaring what you want to bring forward. A prayer is often something, prayer is something we often do when we are requesting support or guidance, and maybe tapping into that, having trust, having faith, and having belief this month are going to get you through, especially through the next couple of weeks. There could be lots of things coming to the surface. The changes that need to be made will certainly be showing themselves to you, and these will be personal for each of us. Have faith and have trust that you have the ability to make the right choices for you, and that everything will move forward. If you can focus on the bigger picture of your life and ultimately how you want that to be feeling, that will take you out of the issue in the moment, and sort of ask then, or pray for guidance. Ask your intuition to guide you to the next move that's possible, and that will help with these changes that are coming up. So I've got you. Oh, we've got green moss agate. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful crystal. And this is one that's very supportive of growth. So growth on a personal level, it can be growth in abundance, growth in confidence, and growth in that self-worth. So actually there is an opportunity for you to recognise and value yourself in a completely different way over these next 2 weeks. Have faith and trust, because as always, when we're changing things, it can be a little bit unnerving and unsettling, but trust, listen to that intuition, and you will know when you are moving in the right direction. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So let's have a look at the last card for the new moon in Gemini. I hope nobody's arachnophobic. But we have, I am the weaver of my reality. Okay? And it's got a spider on it. I know not everybody likes spiders, and we've all got our reasons for that, but the web is what's important on this. And when you become aware of the things that are around you and the influence you have on that, this card is speaking all about co-creation and being aware of the creation that is your life. We have far more power over this than we realise, or are sort of brought up to realise. So this is a very empowering card. So the things that are going on around you, there's an opportunity again to adapt to change and to release the things that are there, but acknowledging this, acknowledging your power, and acknowledging the ability that you have to make these changes. This is a very, very powerful card. Webs are extremely powerful. They're things that connect things. You may be recognizing and feeling the connections that we have. We are all connected to each other and to everything else on this planet. None of us live in complete isolation. So pay attention to the things that are coming up for you. If they're causing concern, or if they're causing issue, your self-awareness is what is going to count for this one. So by using your self-awareness and tapping into that personal power, you can change situations and circumstances around you by shifting your perspective or your perception of them. This could be a very empowering time for you. It could be a time where you sort of find a little bit more strength. that you're much more discerning what you're doing with your energy, and that actually you're able to build and create something that is very, very supportive for you. So, very nice, powerful card. There's opportunities that are coming in for you. And through this mind, this active mind that we're getting thanks to Gemini, you may find that it is easier to communicate and easier to sort through the things that are right for you at the moment, rather than going along with the things that everyone else is saying. This is about creating the life that is right for you. Right. And with this, we've got vulnerability. And vulnerability is something that actually isn't always easy to show, but it's something that we all will experience. Being vulnerable means being honest, being in your integrity, and being truthful with yourself first and foremost. Sometimes we'll say to ourselves, oh, it's okay, I can deal with that, it's all right, my life is always like that. If you are feeling that, then be aware that your life can be different. But first you have to accept that you've got the ability to do that. We have all got things in our lives that make us feel vulnerable, and actually it will vary from person to person. One person may feel very confident speaking out, and somebody else may feel very frightened by speaking out. It's about recognizing our strengths and recognizing and acknowledging our weaknesses, but not beating ourselves up for them. They all add to who we are. And if you give yourself an opportunity, there are chances that you can really make a significant difference over the next few weeks for your life or for yourself. So let's see what we've got from these Trust Your Vibes cards. And we have Ask Your Spirit Helpers. I like the fact it's in a teacup. But we all have spirit helpers. Our intuition is our own guide to ourselves. And we have spirit helpers that are around us. Every single person that is on this planet has ancestors in spirit. We all come in with a spirit to guide or guard us through our life. Not so much guide. They stand by and they watch. They will not intervene unless they're asked. And this is it. If you're feeling that you're at a point where you don't know how to make a change, you don't quite know what to do, then ask. You can do this by literally asking out loud, asking in your mind. You can ask your angels, your guides, your ancestors. Ask with this vulnerability and you will get the truth. Know that this will come to you in various ways. It can come through your intuition. It can come in conversations with people. It can come in situations that suddenly turn up unexpectedly. It can come in myriads of signs and synchronicities. So if you are seeing consecutive numbers and the same numbers, there's lots of 1111s this week that have been going on this week. So if you're repeatedly seeing similar numbers, look at what those numbers mean. There's a message there for you. Quite often we ignore some of the messages that are in plain sight. So just know that there is support for you, there is help for you, and there is strength for you. It's about you acknowledging that you've got this within you, regardless of the situation that you are currently in, right? And we have a red jasper. Now, this is a very grounding stone. So it supports stability. It supports those foundations. So anything that you change will be supported with the energy of this. It's sort of a stone that supports our own personal sort of feeling of security, of worth, and sort of knowing that all our bases are covered. So it's a stone associated with the root chakra, and it may be that you need to ground your energy or take practical action steps towards the changes that you are wanting to make. So those are the cards for the new moon in Gemini. If you comment on this video, then I will choose one of the people that comment for a short reading with myself. I will announce that on the 25th. Also, if you are looking at this and have come to this via the Facebook page, I'm also giving a reading away for shares on the Facebook page. If you would like to like or follow, subscribe to my page, I would greatly appreciate that. Every little bit of support keeps me going. And I will be back for the new moon, for the full moon at the beginning of June. And until then, have a really good week, and may these cards and these messages help you to clarify your intentions as we move into this new energy. Sending you lots and lots of love. Take care. Bye.